It's similar to light. It's just for moderate.
Thank you.
All righty. It is 7 o'clock. Welcome everybody to our regular scheduled commission meeting Tuesday, March 10th. If you would, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first item, we have a consent agenda item this evening.
I move we approve the consent agenda.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. First item on our regular agenda tonight is to receive the year-end report for Sand Creek Golf Course, Sand Creek Station Golf Course. We have Dustin House and TJ Widener for that.
All right, good evening, everybody. I'm accompanied by Lori Kimmer, our controller, and TJ Widener, our regional operations executive. Right, let me make sure I got this going. Everyone, that's good. Yep, perfect. So 2025 was a fantastic year for Sand Creek Station Golf Course. Almost set right in line with 2024 in terms of productivity, rounds played, and revenue. So it was a very, very successful year for us. Finishing the year, we exceeded our budgeted revenues by $88,507, finishing right behind 2024. 2024 was kind of a unicorn year with the U.S. Adaptive Open and the support that we received from state funding to help cover expenses, and then recognize USGA site fees for revenues. So 2025 was truly, again, a banner year, outperformed revenues by 4.6%. And most importantly, finished under budget expenses by 8.9% on those budgeted expenses. We finished under our total budgeted expenses by $152,000. So it was, again, a pretty successful year. We ran a real lean operation while increasing or staying flat with revenue compared to 2024. Again, total rounds played was close to 37,000. We were at 36,646 rounds, right on par with 2024. Big caveat there, especially those not as familiar with the golf industry. We had 24 fewer playable days. We did incur quite a bit of flooding with the extreme rain. I shouldn't say extreme, but heavy rain that we received in the spring and early summer of last year. So really encouraging numbers. The business is obviously trending up. Golf is trending up. To be able to do that many rounds with that fewer playable days, fantastic. And then net, our NOI for the year, that's the real important part, was $286,349. So again, another very successful financial year last year. Just a couple key points on sustaining growth and revenue generation. Briefly touched on some of this last year, but we did fully introduce I'll go in order, a new tournament menu and a cafe menu option. So we're enhancing our food and beverage experience. We have a small food and beverage operation for those of you not familiar with the golf course, more of a cafe style food and beverage operation. Most of our revenues there come from tournament or outing sales in our catering kitchen, but we do see a need to improve that cafe and continue to drive business, continue to keep the customer that's at the golf course there to eat and not return back to their county. Most of them come from Sedgwick County, actually, but trying to eat local or eat at the golf course. Second big item on sustaining revenue generation is this virtual software that we call a virtual tee time assistant. It's actually called Notify. What it does is as soon as someone cancels a tee time and people are registered, if you did sign up for that software, it lets you know via text right to your phone, hey, the 10:30 at Sand Creek Station's available. Would you like to book that tee time now? Just reply with why. And, so fills those last second cancellations, the white space on the tee sheets, especially on weekend mornings that are in high demand, allows us to optimize and maximize the revenue to its fullest. And then we'll touch on this here in a couple slides, but driving customer loyalty by offering a premium experience at the golf course. Real quick, overall, 2025 synopsis on some of our key events. Returning this year, but we hosted them last year as well, the 2025 NJCAA Men's National Championship. So this is not quite at the Division I level, right, but it's the nation's top junior colleges. So it's going to be 120 student athletes and their families coming to our community. Newton has really, really done a very good job supporting this championship in the past, which is why they have signed a deal for 2026. Pleased to announce they also signed deals for 2028 and 2030 to return to Newton. So kind of a long-term partnership that we've established with the NJCAA, which is fantastic. It's just true testament to our community, honestly. Also, PGA Tour Q School, we hosted in 2025 a stage 1. We are hosting again in 2026 another stage 1, again a testament to the golf course itself and the community. These are mainly international golfers trying to do this for a living, but they do come. It's about 80 of them. They come and stay in Newton, and they're here for an entire week. And then always kind of a pride and joy, like to really hit home that we do host Wichita State's Shocker Invitational Tournament here in Newton. So it's fun to be able to host a Division I college golf tournament in Newton. So again, another testament to the community and the course. Really just kind of talked ahead of myself, but we champion our brand in those events. So like I just mentioned, all of those events and more returning for 2026 and beyond. So very exciting news there. Those are just kind of a high level overview of our key competitive events that really drive, an economic driver for the community. We do still host a lot of, corporate outings, charity outings as well. But on the driving customer loyalty and satisfaction, this is just a quick synopsis of our Net Promoter Score, or NPS score. If you're not familiar with this, it's the numbers up there. Those are very, very hard to attain, right? So anything on that scale, so what classifies a promoter is anyone that rates you a 9 or a 10 on the survey. So if you come play golf at Sand Creek Station, we ask for your phone number and your email, and when you've checked in, finished playing your round, that evening a survey gets sent out to you, rates us on all of our different departments, our service, overall experience, likelihood to recommend, those sort of things. We had 94% promoters, that's a 9 to a 10, passives, which are 7s and 8s, 5%, and then 1% detractor. So our overall Net Promoter Score was a 92.2. This is the third year in a row that we had the highest in all of Kemper sports. So it was a very cool honor to receive again. So it might, they might change the name to the Sand Creek Station Award. We don't know, but very, very, very honored to receive that award. A couple other awards we did win in 2025. Golfer's Voice is kind of the National Golf Foundation's award category. So they do, I think there's 10 or 12 overall different awards they do. They segment them in category, what they call value courses, which are 69 and under. And then for your peak rate, so like if you charge more than 69, so you would not be in this category. There's a separate category for that. But $69 and under, we did place first overall in course conditions based off of our survey results. Which is, again, very impressive for a public golf course, doing 37,000 rounds. James is on a well-deserved vacation, but this is my plug for James. He's our superintendent. A big shout-out to him and his crew. They really do just an absolutely amazing job, and encourage everyone to come out sometime in the summer and see the course in full ready-to-go green conditions. It's in very, very good shape. And then we also did win first place overall in the loyalty and Net Promoter Score rankings with the 92.2. So again, it was a very good showing for us in 2025. We'd look to continue that in 2026. in closing, really just a couple highlights for the golf industry itself. I really wanted to hit on some of these numbers as the golf industry is currently in a boom, and we look to take advantage of that. Right now, you'll see up there, so 48.1 million Americans participated in golf in 2025. That's just anything to do with either playing green grass golf, what they call it, or using a simulator. We don't have any simulators at the golf course itself, but things like Top Golf or even a simulator you might set up in your garage, which is up 2% from 2024. So it continues to increase. We haven't really, I know it's marginal there at 2%, but 2% of 40-something million is quite a bit. So it's still increasing, which is very, very positive for the industry itself. 29.1 million of the 48 did play on-course golf, which again was almost it's a 4% increase from 2024. So it's encouraging to see that more people are learning about golf than actually getting out and playing at the golf course, which I should have made it bigger font right here, but public courses provide the most accessible way for communities to connect with the game. So we are kind of, if you're just getting into golf, right, you look for your options, and you may see some nicer courses that are well deserved in Wichita that charge quite a bit more, right? And so we are that entry level. We're going to hit those guys, hit the people just picking up the game, and really look to leave a positive impact, keep them coming back, continue to foster the game and grow the industry as more people start to play. A couple other key highlights on here. There were 549 million rounds of golf played in the U.S. in 2025. I did some of this reporting last year, and it's still true. There are more golf courses in America than McDonald's, if you can believe it. So there's a lot of golf courses to choose from. It's not up here, but this was a 1% increase over prior year, and record rounds continue to occur every 4 out of the 5 years. So we still haven't seen a decline. The golf industry is cyclical, almost like anything else, but we're not quite in that stalling out or decline phase yet. It just continues to grow and grow. So then we can figure out where the new benchmark's going to be. And then, at that bottom, the very bottom bolded, 2 in 5 Americans interacted with golf in some way. So that includes, again, actually playing a simulator, playing putt-putt, taking a golf lesson, anything there. So almost half of all Americans playing, golf in some sort of way. But very encouraging for us. But we really look to continue to take the success from 2025, roll it into 2026, and continue to do better, and continue to champion our brand, and really make Sand Creek Station a memorable public golf experience and just a good experience for everyone overall. So that was my quick synopsis of the year in review of 2025. Any questions?
Well, I just want to say, just like you hit on, you've got a great team that supports that course and everything. I just want to say, TJ, you got a great general manager here. Right. My question is you were green when we had the Adaptive Open. Chris handed you those reins.
I was scared.
You ready for the next one?
I am ready for the next one. Those talks are always underway. I can't promise anything, but I'll try and deliver another great championship. I mean, I think we have great championships now, right? But always shoot for the stars and continue to bring as much spotlight as we can to Newton. The community has been a great host, and I think it's a true, like to say hidden gem. We're not so hidden now, but it's a true, bright spot, and like to
let's make it happen
that way. Yep. Thank you, guys.
I just want to say that every time you come up here every year, and I just think he can't do better than he's already doing. And then he comes back the next year and proves me wrong that he does better than he already did.
I started pretty low, with my confidence level, so I can keep working on it.
You have done really well.
Thank you very much.
From the shy little guy that
That's right.
was here.
I'm still shy, believe it or not. I practiced a couple of times, so I think I messed up.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
We'll make it happen.
Mayor,
Yes.
if I may, 2 quick things. again, kudos, everything you just said, kudos to Dustin. Dustin started about the time I started, and he is rocking and rolling. He really is. I've met TJ has it been a year? Okay.
Last year.
Yeah. With TJ, Dustin, Lori, James, like, you guys are incredible. And I wanted to remind you, we are currently city staff is working with Kemper on renewing our management agreement so that we can continue the success and the wonderful things that are coming our way.
Exactly.
So, thank you.
Onward and upward.
Good work. Thank you.
Good job. Thank you. All righty. Moving on in business. The next item tonight is in APAC-Kansas series of agreements and such, and I'll let Ed kick us off.
Thank you, Commission. This will be a team effort. Garth is here and Chris will chime in also. If you recall, last meeting, February 24th, the commission, you commission approved the sale and the development agreement for APAC. We're now moving forward with the development and the improvements. So with that comes the petitions, letters of credit. Those have both been received. Resolution, improvements, ordinance creating water and sewer districts are presented this evening, along with an engineering contract for your consideration. And Denise wanted me to remind you that each one of these has to be individually motions made, So
the first thing I'd call for a motion to receive the petitions for water, sewer, and streets to serve Hauck Addition.
So move.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
A second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. The motion carries. You have a resolution number for us?
That will be I-1223.
I'd call for that motion.
I move we approve I-1223.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. Next item is to consider an ordinance establishing Water District 1-C. You have a motion, ordinance number?
Yes, that will be 5198-26.
Okay, I move that we approve 5198-26.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. Next item is to consider a resolution authorizing the sewer improvements.
That will be I-1224.
I move we approve I-1224.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. Next item is to consider an ordinance establishing Sewer District 28 Gulf.
That will be Ordinance 5199-26.
I motion that we approve 5199-26.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. And motion carries. Next item is to consider a resolution authorizing the street improvements.
That'll be Resolution I-1225.
I move that we approve I-1225.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. That motion carries. Was there anything else that you needed to say about the engineering agreement, Ed?
No, it's an agreement. The total cost will be for $111,000, but all of those will be assessed back to the property.
And those are in line with the original estimates that we had beforehand?
Yes.
Okay. So at this time, I'd call for a motion to consider an engineering agreement with PEC. Do we need to authorize staff to sign it afterwards, or?
I believe it's set for a mayor signature, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's for a mayor's signature.
Very good.
I move we approve the engineering agreement with PEC.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
All righty. So, next item, we are going to conduct a public hearing for the issuance of the IRB. Staff has a report regards, you're going to kick us off on that, and then we'll open it.
I will, exactly right, yes. Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. Garth Herman with Gilmore and Bell, the city's bond counsel. Thank you for having me out here tonight. The next two items kind of go together. So the company APAC and the city have been working on this industrial revenue bond issuance for their project. So the next steps in that will be to conduct a public hearing by opening that up, giving the any public who's in attendance the opportunity to speak on that matter, and then closing the public hearing at the end of that. Once that's been closed, then there is a resolution for consideration by the City Commission, which would declare the city's intent to issue the industrial revenue bonds for that project in the amount not to exceed $8,500,000. And just as a reminder, in accordance with state law, the city has arranged to publish notice of this public hearing at the end of February. So the legal requirements leading up to this step have been met. That being said, I'll pause for any questions.
All righty. Very good. At this time, I will open the public hearing at 7:21 p.m. And I would call for any citizens that would like to speak on this. Okay. I declare the public hearing hereby closed and bring the discussion back to the bench. With that, we are going to have a resolution. Do you have a resolution number, Aubrey?
Yes, that'll be Resolution G-1337.
I move we approve G-1337.
I second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Do we have any further discussion on this item? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. And that motion carries. All right, Chris, item J.
Final step on APAC, memorandum of agreement with the county. This relates back to a 2010 interlocal between the city and the county that calls for a revenue split of net proceeds for sales of property in the KLP. This agreement has already been approved by the county last week. It would be a requirement to go forward with the sale. City staff supports the sale. It's 1/3 to the county and 2/3 to the city.
All right.
Would just be a simple motion to approve the MOA.
A motion that we approved the considered memorandum agreement of Harvey County authorizing the sale of property.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. Okay. Next item this evening is to consider an agreement for preliminary engineering with BNSF for the Sand Creek Bike Path extension. Ed?
Thank you, Commission. You might recall KDOT reached out to the city in December of 2024 with regard to an opportunity for a grant for extending the bicycle path from First Street to Southwest 14th. This grant was a 20% match, and 100% would be, 20% match on participating phases. 100% of ineligible phases like utilities and right-of-way would be the responsibility of the city. So before you tonight, there's an agreement that we need to set up with BNSF for preliminary engineering services. This is a requirement of BNSF for anything that's being built in the right-of-way. And so as part of that, it's a $40,000 cost that is not eligible for the matching on the grant piece, but it still fits into the budgeted amount that we have for the additional 20. So would just recommend that you approve it and allow staff to sign to move forward on this.
I'm glad that you answered that question because I went back to the January of last year meeting and the July meeting to try and find that amount in there and everything. So it's already calculated as part of the original project
Yes.
costs.
Correct.
A motion we approve to allow staff to sign.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I will second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. Wow,
Thank
it's
you.
the Ed show tonight. Awesome. Next item, to consider a three-party agreement with KDOT, Harvey County, and the city for the Bridge Improvement Program grant received by Harvey County.
Sure. So last summer, Harvey County received a grant for a full replacement of the county-owned bridge that's located just west of the tracks. If you're familiar, you can see on the screen. If you're familiar with where the wastewater plant is, it's kind of north. And so that's that bridge along 14th Street, just west of the tracks, and the plant is north. Yeah. But the bridge itself is west of the tracks, east of kind of the rail yard. That bridge is in terrible shape, and it's Jim Meyer with the county had expressed to me how excited they were that they got this grant. So as part of the grant, because they're going to be building in some of our right-of-way, the KDOT asked that we would go into a three-party agreement. So there's no cost associated with this grant. If there are costs that come up in the future, that would certainly be brought to the commission for approval. But for now, this is just a grant that would allow them to build in our right-of-way as needed. And we fully support this bridge. It's a pretty big thoroughway for traffic to get out to the landfill and things like that. So,
Or to clarify, not a grant, it's an agreement
Agreement, I'm
between three
sorry.
parties. That's okay.
yeah, apologize.
I move we approve the three-party agreement.
A second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. That motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item is to consider a request to use Centennial Park parking lot for the Touch a Truck event on May 15th. Aubrey?
Yes, this is an annual request, and the departments have already looked it over, and city staff would recommend approval.
Okay.
I motion that we approve the Touch a Truck.
Did we used to do it out at the outlet mall a couple times?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it was.
Very good.
I will second that motion.
Awesome. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. That motion carries. Had anybody signed up for citizens forum?
No, we do not have anyone.
Okay. Well, we are going to call for an executive session wherein we return, where we will not make any action during that session. So you're welcome to stay, but we will not have anything after that. And with that, I'd call for
Right, 30 minutes.
30 minutes, please.
Okay. I move the city commission recess into executive session to conduct discussions regarding an industrial prospect. The justification for closing the meeting is to discuss data relating to the financial affairs or trade secrets of corporations, partnerships, trusts, and individual proprietorships. Time and place at which the open meeting shall resume is
8 p.m.
8 p.m. here in City Commission chambers.
I second it.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 We have returned from our executive session where no action was taken. We are adjourned.